fresh out the box.
Fresh California plums.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Fresh Film Fridays, a podcast where two dudes discuss the newest films in theaters, streaming, or elsewhere. Today we're talking about Ghostbusters Afterlife, which was directed by Jason Reitman and is now in theaters. I'm your co-host Alec.
I'm Eric. Just kidding, it's Justin, and today we have guest Zak Simpson with us.
Woo! Good to be here.
Zak is back.
I'm back, baby!
It's been a while. It's been a while
It has
since we've
been a
had
while.
you.
There's
I
been
know.
tons of computer issues. There's been tons of work issues. There's been just timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're
Lovely.
living up in Washington now. You're out of Alaska.
I am out of Alaska. I am into the lower 48 civilization. And I'm loving every second of it, baby.
Dude, I'm just happy you survived 28 days later. Or not 28. What's the one? In
30
Alaska?
days of night.
30 days a night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun fact, saw that in Alaska in the movie theater. It was pretty cool experience.
Sketch. Big sketch.
Where people flipping out. They're just like, that's like my life.
People were actually making fun of him because who's the main guy in that movie again? What's his name?
Josh Hartnett, right?
Yeah, he was like, there was a scene where he's like, "Ooh, it's like 10 below," and everybody just shout out, "You fucking pussy!"
Yeah, they're like, they would never wear that hat in this condition.
Yeah.
That's not accurate. Oh man. Well, welcome back to Civilization, Zak. And yeah, I guess it's almost it's kind of the opposite of your life as this movie is, goes from the big city of New York to the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma. And speaking of Oklahoma, Justin, you used to live there.
Yeah. My heart kind of sank in the movies when they were like, yeah, it's Oklahoma. And I was like, ugh.
Did it bring you back?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Is it that bad there? Is it really that bad?
Yeah, I mean, for those that don't know, I was stationed for 3 years in Oklahoma, kind of near the south, like where Texas is, and it's not bad. It's just like the opposite of Connecticut, which I mean, Connecticut sucks, but I'm talking like it was like 110 in the summer, and then it would be like just as cold as Connecticut, but it'd be like 40-mile-an-hour wind chill, so it'd like rip the skin off your cheeks.
Oh yeah, that fucking sucks.
And there's actual tumbleweed, like tumbleweed exists.
Yeah, well, that's like Tornado Alley, so there's like really bad tornado. Yeah, the winds are nuts out there.
Yeah, and I saw a tornado, and it was fucking terrifying.
I thought that shit only existed in like Fievel Goes West or something like that.
John Wayne movies.
Fightful goes west. Well, I guess just like the plot of this movie essentially is like Egon's dead, or yeah, he just fought off some ghosts or whatever in the middle of nowhere, and now his daughter is very poor, has a son and daughter, and they're gonna move into this house. And then they move in, they find ghosts, they find Ghostbusters stuff, and then they meet Paul Rudd, who's a random geologist in town who's been studying seismic activity, and he's like, I'm confused because we're nowhere near a fault line, but it's not a fault line, it's not the earthquakes, it's ghosts.
Yep.
And that's pretty much the movie. So Zak, you've been with us for every single Ghostbusters movie, the 84 one, the 89 one. We have not done the 2016 one, but we are on to this new one. So how does it compare to the rest of them for you?
Honestly, dude, I loved every second of it. From the get-go to the very ending. It is on par with number
Careful,
one.
Zachary.
I want to say number one, it's on par, man. Like,
All right, well,
it hit me in the emotional feels. There wasn't a part of the movie that made me be like, all right, I'm getting kind of bored. It kept me on the edge of my seat. I was excited.
No. Did we lose him again? Wait.
I'm back.
You're there.
I'm sorry. I have worse internet in Washington than I did in fucking Alaska. You tell me how that works. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. It keeps going in and out, and I have no clue why.
Well, anyways, so keep talking, dude, because you were like basically raving about how much you love this movie.
yeah, dude, you were just about to finish. Keep going.
Let me just tell you. It was amazing. That's all I gotta say.
Dude, seriously, like a review, like a Zak Simpson review, it's just like, I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. I loved every single second of it. The director's probably like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Well, it sounds like it was very nostalgic for you.
It was. It brought me back to when I first saw the original Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
That's
I
how
mean,
it felt to me.
I immediately knew Alec's opinion of it when we were playing Halo, and I was like, we have this rule where we don't talk about it until the podcast, but I like to like get little like teasers. And I was like, Alec, how did you like it? And like, there literally like a quarter of a second passed, and he didn't talk, and I was like, oh, he didn't like it. He didn't like it.
Wow.
And I know why he didn't like it, because Alec is like a set in stone. If it came out in the 80s or 90s, today's release will not compare. And Alec is about to say that I'm correct. So,
Well, to a degree. To a
don't
degree.
Don't you do this
to a
me, Alan.
degree.
No. Okay. I am definitely not as far as Zach, where I'm like, this was the best thing I've ever seen. I love it, sort of thing. But I know you hated it, Justin. I fall in the middle.
What the fuck is the matter with you two?
Hold on.
Let me talk. Can I?
I'm sorry. I'm just very emotionally distraught right now. I can't believe you two.
I'll
let you get to it.
Okay. I'm just gonna say this right off the bat. I wish this movie was about the Ghostbusters, not what happens after the Ghostbusters. So here's the thing. If they want to wrap up their story, awesome. But that's my problem with these modern reboots, is I'm seeing it for the characters that made me like it in the first place, and I'm not getting that here. I did not like this movie. I thought it was good, but I don't know, man. It's not the Ghostbusters. It's Afterlife, after the Ghostbusters.
So you want to see a bunch of 90-year-old dudes like chucking around these big ass fucking like backpacks?
I do.
Fucking yeah.
I do.
They're gonna break a fucking hip.
It's
Come on,
fine.
man. It's time. It's time for it to move on a little.
And that's the joke.
But they kept it. It'll be a horrible movie. I would hate to say the way that they brought the original Ghostbusters in was fucking perfect. Like that's the way you do it. I only did have one flaw, but I'll let you.
Oh boy.
I'll let you go.
All right, Justin.
Just one. That was it.
Justin's got a lot, so I
You know. First of all, I'm offended. You don't even know my opinion of it.
Your name is OK Sucks.
Oklahoma. That's Oklahoma sucks.
Oh. I thought it was like, okay, this movie sucks.
You dummy. No, so I went into it. First of all, I tried really hard to not spend money to see this in theaters. I tried for probably an hour to stream it, and like, it's impossible. It's unstreamable.
Good for Paramount.
Yeah, I don't care if I was expecting like someone's like shitty Samsung from 5 years ago, like coughing and shaking and holding it. I was like, that's fine. Couldn't find it. I went in with semi-low expectations because people were fucking bashing it on Twitter. Probably the people who saw it in the 80s and loved it. And it wasn't terrible. I'm not a huge Ghostbusters fan, so like it's kind of like I didn't see the second one.
What?
No, I didn't see the second one.
Oh my god!
And I can tell you which one I didn't see. It was that 2016 one.
I think we can all agree on that one.
I didn't see it either.
Was just complete dog shit.
It wasn't bad. I have some gripes with it. I wish they did some things differently. It felt very like a mixture of 50% like very young kid jokes and very dry, sarcastic humor from Paul Rudd. And it was a weird mix.
Yeah, I thought the comedy was pretty funny. I actually caught myself laughing out loud a few times, especially when Paul Rudd was showing the kids Chucky and Cujo. I was dying.
Is that fucking awesome?
That was fun. So, like, dude, I'm not shitting on this movie. Like, I did not dislike this movie, but it wasn't, I don't know. I guess it is what I expected because, you know, you don't see anybody but Paul Rudd and the kids in this movie in the trailer. So I was like, okay, I know what it is, but what I want is more Bill Murray and Ernie Hudson and Dan Aykroyd. Yeah, I know, Zach. I'm sorry. Zach, you like Ghostbusters because of those actors, so it's like it makes sense that you'd want to see what happens with them.
Yeah,
but you do.
They're trying to
like,
for a second, for one.
But that's the whole point. Like
it's a reboot, so like,
yeah.
What they're gonna do is they could theoretically make a trilogy of these Afterlife series where like Bill Murray and the original cast like teaches them all of the ways, and they become the new Ghostbusters.
Okay, I could deal with that. I could deal with if they did a sequel to this, like Bill Murray and Ernie Hudson are like, we should teach them, like they're not ready, sort of thing. I'm okay with that, but for this one, I was just kind of like, I don't know. And also, very controversial opinion, I don't know why the older brother was even in this movie. That felt like a whole distraction. Like, I felt like the lead girl, that was the focus of the movie, and her friend podcast was like, those guys, I want to see more of them. The other people felt like a distraction.
The older brother...
Yeah.
Like with his like stupid love affair.
Yeah.
That was a complete waste of time.
Yeah.
It should have been like 10% focused on the sister, and then like the brother's just there.
Yeah, Paul Rudd and the younger girl and even the mom, you know, meeting Paul Rudd. Like, I'm fine with all that. I like all that, but Zach, sorry. I need to hear everything you have to say.
Hey, fuck that mom for having 2 kids, right? How dare her?
No, but no.
That's pretty much what you guys are getting at right
The
now.
screenwriter could have been like, you know what? We don't need a second kid.
No.
Not the mom's fault.
It helps, man. Who was gonna drive the car? Phoebe was
Well-
gonna drive the car.
Zach, do you know how old the brother is?
He's turning 16.
Okay, so there's one of my issues. You have this kid who's 15. He's probably never driven a car before, and I don't know if you guys remember.
He drove car. He failed his driver's license test a couple
Right.
times. Is
3
what
times.
It was.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys remember back to when you were 16, but like we were probably all not the best drivers, and this kid's going like 80 through a town, Tokyo drifting, chasing ghosts. I'm like, what the hell's going on here?
Destroying local economies, you know.
Fuck yeah, man.
I know. It is
You guys
fun.
didn't do that when you were 15?
Not that
Didn't you-
fast. I will say, and I hope you guys caught this, one of the cringiest moments of this movie where I actually like uncomfortably shifted in my movie theater seat was when Paul was on the date with the mom, and he like casually made that joke about the daughter taking pole dancing classes.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's like, there's still time for her to be a pole dancer.
On your first date, like imagine you're 45 and you're like on a first date and you're like, your 11-year-old should take stripper classes.
I think
I
at
would
that
laugh
age.
so hard.
Yeah, I think at that age you're kind of just like, I'm gonna overlook that joke because this is a small town.
Are you though?
I don't know. I probably would if I was 45 and living in a small town in Oklahoma.
Yeah, the population of like 30.
Yeah, you're like, I'll let the 11-year-old pole dancing line slide.
Also, Zach, here's an issue. Maybe you can clear this up because you loved it. You got Paul Rudd, okay, who literally lived through the original Ghostbusters. He knew what the ghost trapping machine was. He's like, oh, that's the thing that traps ghosts. And he knows ghosts are real because he remembers the 1980s in New York. And so the girl has to unlock like this crazy friggin' puzzle thing in the ground that's in a hole in the ground, clearly meant to not be found. And she gives it to Paul, who's like, oh, that holds ghosts. Let's try and open it, even though your crazy ghost hunting grandpa hid it in the ground. Why would he do that?
Listen, it's not Paul Rudd's fault that Phoebe didn't tell him that she made a puzzle to get it out of the ground. She's just like, I found it in a hole.
But why would you try and open it if the only thing... It's not like, well, it's 50-50. It's either ghosts or a pizza. Like, you know what's in there.
Right. I mean,
Yeah, but
you're
they
right,
wanted
Zach.
to see a ghost. They wanted to see a ghost, too, and that was what... I think they said that. It was like, maybe there's a ghost in there. Let's see what's
That's so
gonna
stupid.
happen.
Well, no, I love how it's like in the middle of like the day in town. They're like,
Yeah,
let's do
yeah.
it here. It's like, why don't we like go to a house, like make sure it's kind of safe. I will say the coolest thing I think to me in this entire movie is that ghost going to that volcano and then kind of like starting to resurrect everything. That is from the original Ghostbusters. I don't know if you
I
remember.
remember that.
Dude,
I remember that. Yeah.
They talk like Egon starts talking about how there was a cult and they're like whatever this guy's name was. It was a Shalador. They're like there was a guy named Shalador and he was
Ivo Shandor.
Shandor. Dude, they talk about that in the original one, so I was like, okay, that's really cool that actually this cult took place in Oklahoma in that town. It makes sense why they're there. Like I liked that. That was cool.
A couple like stupid things that I always notice. Zach, I'm not sure if you've listened to other episodes with me in it, but like I always find like the dumbest thing that the directors are definitely like, no one will notice this. And so when they were chasing the ghosts in the car, and Podcast put the remote control car like underneath, like in the
Yeah.
road. Okay, so I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, this car's going like 80 because it just showed the speedometer. You got this remote control car at a dead stop that not only went faster than it, so we're talking probably like 100 miles an hour. And I'm like, what remote control car goes 100 mile an hour? So I Googled it,
Toy Story.
Toy Story.
and I feel like an idiot because you can spend $300 on Amazon and you can get a remote control car that goes over 100 miles an hour.
What?
Yeah, I was just gonna tell you that. Yep.
How is that a thing? How is that a thing?
Wow, they should have said that in the movie though, because the whole time I was sitting there like, the fuck is that battery? Like a AA battery making that?
Also, Paul Rudd in Walmart at night. I don't know about you guys, but I've never seen a literal empty Walmart before.
In a town of 30 people.
Yeah.
But what town would have a Walmart?
I know.
Well,
They'd have
30 people.
mom and pop shops.
that's what that South Park episode's about, where it's like the Walmart comes in and shuts all the mom and pop shops down.
That's okay. All right.
That
all right.
that scene I did not like in the Walmart with the little Stay Puft Marshmallow guys. Like, what? Why are those here?
I actually like that one.
What the fuck's the matter with you? Do you not like enjoyment? Do
You know what it
these
is?
things not make you happy?
I don't
what
have-
happened to you in your childhood where little Stay Puft Marshmallows killing themselves doesn't bring you joy in life?
I don't have any kids, so I look at everything like literally where I'm like, that's fucking dumb. But if you have a kid, and if you have a kid, you know, sitting next to you, you got your son, and he's clapping like, Daddy, look at that. You're like, yeah, this is fun. I'm having fun now. I'm sitting there. Dude,
I'm having fun because you're having fun.
I saw, all right, really quick. This is the first movie I've seen in theaters since I saw Star Wars, dude. So all of last year, I didn't see a movie in theaters. I was getting fucking Reese's Pieces thrown at me the whole movie by a group of kids behind me, dude.
Why did you tell them to stop?
I almost lost my shit, dude. I'm not even kidding, because they were throwing at me and my two friends, and I almost got up and said, why don't you go fucking TikTok in the lobby? Like, I almost
I mean, you don't have to go like full blown boomer on them. You could just be like, hey, can you stop, please?
I know. I almost lost my mind. I was like, I gotta stop. I forget that, like, I'm an adult, like, in public, so, yeah. But I'm sorry, Zach, you're right. I should enjoy these more. And I do. I did like this. I did.
No, you didn't.
It doesn't sound like it at all.
What about Alec? What about the scene when the little girl faces the demon? I think her name is Zuzu.
Oh, you mean Zool?
Zool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So she's like telling her awkward joke, like, "What do you call a bee with a butthole?" or whatever
Oh my
she
God.
said. I was picturing the demon like in any other not funny movie, just like snapping her neck with her powers, like it just killed.
Dude, not gonna lie, that fish joke made me laugh. That was
Shut
funny.
the fuck
I
up.
swear to God, I was like, that is so dumb. I actually like it.
What was it again? A fish
was
walks
like-
into a
Do you
bar.
remember?
No. It's what's a fish without eyes? I was
That's
like,
not
That's
funny.
right. It's
That's
so
not
bad
funny.
that it's so good. That's what it is.
yeah, I actually legitimately laughed at that, and I'm not happy about the fact that I laughed at that. But
Yeah.
When I went to go see it, it was only me in the movie theater all the way up until like the last minute when it was like the previews were about to start. Then 4 people came in, and I was actually really upset about that. I thought I was gonna have it to myself, but this dude was sitting right next to me. He's probably like maybe 6 seats down in my row, but he was laughing at every single Phoebe joke and like just dying. I'm looking over at him like, damn, bro, like it's funny, but it ain't that funny.
he's just rolling on ecstasy.
He was rolling, man, and then that kind of made it more enjoyable for me too, because then I was laughing at him and then the movie, and yeah, it was a pretty good experience.
Also, in the Walmart parking lot when Paul Rudd was running from the like demon dog thing, and he slid over the hood of his car into it through the windshield.
That was
which-
fucking awesome.
It was awesome, but realistically, that windshield was broken, so he would have like sliced his abdomen open.
I agree.
Like if-
I thought that too, but I was like, that was so cool. But
Yeah.
you'd definitely be hurt right now.
Yeah, like if you did that, you'd be like, "Gah!" And just blood would be all over the fucking place.
Well, Zach, because you and I love the original one. Dude, they did practical effects for the demon dogs in this one, which I was like, good
Oh,
job.
I know, right?
Yeah, they look good.
They
They-
kept it true, man.
Yeah, so
They
there was
kept it real true.
a couple things. I mean, like, seriously, like, there were some things I really liked. I gotta say, though, dude, bring Slimer back. Fuck Muncher.
I know. I
Fuck
don't
that guy.
get why they're doing little rip-offs of them.
I know.
And they just won't bring the original Slimer, and it would have been perfect to have him.
I know, it's like, oh, well, he's got to get through he munches through the metal bar. It's like, just fucking figure something else out. Just,
You can have
whatever.
both of them.
I know.
Slimer and him,
They're friends. Like BB-8 and R2-D2, they're
There you go.
friends. Whatever. But yeah, I miss Slimer. Definitely miss him. But did you guys see the end credits? Did you guys see, like, the after things?
No. I'm going to tell you, I Googled it, and I saw that there were end credits, and I chose not to stay.
Oh, what about you, Zach?
God damn it, Justin.
I know Zach stayed.
Yeah, I stayed. Are you talking about the Bill Murray and Sigourney Weaver?
Yeah, I didn't see it. What is it?
Oh, so you remember the shock test that Bill Murray would do to the college students?
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver was doing it to him, and when she would hold up the card, he would always guess what's right on the other side, but Sigourney would shock him anyways.
Oh.
And then she's like, "How do you keep getting these right?" She's like, do you memorize? Like, are they marked? And he's like, yeah, they're marked. And then she shocks him again, and then that's kind of how it ends.
See, I thought she was going to be in this movie a lot more. I was kind of a little bummed that she wasn't.
Well, how do you no? They did it right. Because how are you gonna bring her in?
I know.
You know?
No. Seriously, how bad would it have been? Where it's like we can't defeat him, and all of a sudden she just comes out of like the cornfield. You're like, wait, what the fuck is she doing here? And she's like, no, it would have been really bad.
One of my favorite parts was when Zool asked them if they're a god, and Dan Aykroyd's like,
Yes.
Really, man, really? He's like, yes, we're a god.
That was amazing. Justin, you've seen the original, remember that? Where Zool asks them, like, are you a god? And Ray just goes, no. And then they shocks all of them. He's like, Ray, next time somebody asks you if you're a god, say yes.
You know, I don't remember it too well because it's been at least 20 years. So.
Oh, my God. Dude, the original Ghostbusters is amazing, dude.
I should have rewatched it before this.
Yeah. Dude, the one thing the ending was a little confusing where they're just like randomly driving back into New York City, and I was just like, why is that the last shot of the movie?
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of thought we were going to see them going back or something like that, but yeah, whatever. What did you guys think of the Harold Ramis CGI?
They did an awesome job on it. I like that they didn't make him talk either.
Yeah, that
I
would have
thought
been
that. Yeah, because they did that in Star Wars with
Tarkin.
Carrie Fisher.
Oh yeah, and her. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little strange, but I thought not having him talk and just having him use his ghost powers to move things and stuff, and then the way they actually showed him with his beard and everything, that it was like that brought the feels, man. It was pretty cool.
Wait.
And then I like what?
Sorry, speaking of the feels, and I need you to defend this now, Zach. So he abandoned his daughter. You know, he just took off, whatever. He had a mission to do, whatever. He left. Then she comes back to the house and just sees all of these pictures that he's had, and like, you know, he's, you know, putting the light on it and all that stuff. She's like, wow, he really did care about me. I was like, why don't you fucking write her or an email or anything? And like, she just completely forgives him because he has this collage of photos on the wall in his basement. Like, come on.
Yeah, there's definitely not going to be like 100% forgiveness. There's definitely going to be some therapy sessions for that one. But in that moment when you're being chased by a ghost and you just got possessed and you're wearing like a golden dress and shit like that, you know, I think you're more to be like, oh, he did care, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
I personally would have liked it more if Paul and the mom like went on their dates or whatever, and then the mom got taken over by the demons or ghosts or whatever, and then instead of Paul being taken over, I wish Paul was more of like the adult figure in the movie where he assisted the kids, like, we got to rescue your mom, instead of him just being like taken over as well.
I kind of thought that was going to happen too, but then it was also kind of obvious when he did get possessed. It was like, well, they are the two only main adults in this movie.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because who else would have been? Because Justin, the same thing. There needs to be a gatekeeper and a keymaster. So like, there needs to be a man and a female. But like,
I mean, they could have turned the sheriff.
Which sheriff?
The girl's dad, the sheriff.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, he had a pretty small part, but yeah. Oh, all right, Zach, come on. This part was annoying. The receptionist, dude. What the hell happened? Or they just threw her to the side. It's like, oh yeah, Egon could barely pay the power, and then all of a sudden, like the next scene, she's just gone, and they never talk about her again.
Yeah. So it's right what they did, but they could have extended her scenes a little bit more with the cleaning up process and like kind of going over like what he was doing type thing. But yeah, she was a little short-lived. Dude, it was cool to see her, but yeah,
she's
they didn't give her justice.
I mean, Rick Moranis not being in it, I get it. Like, you know, he got punched in the face in the middle of New York City. He doesn't want to. He's not doing movies anymore. No, but her, dude, Annie Potts was like, you know, one of the leads basically in the first two Ghostbusters. She has like 10 seconds of screen time. They don't even explain what the hell she's really doing there. So I was like, hey, guys, hey. I don't know. I always liked her character though. She's like, Ghostbusters, what do you want? Like, I love
also
that.
Like the typical like Eastern European landlord guy was like, you no parent, you must leave. And instead of her, like, they didn't bring any of their belongings. Like, they don't have any like family pictures or anything or furniture that's valuable. They literally were like, all right, let's fuck it.
I mean,
that's how the mom rolled, man. She had no money. She got evicted that night. It was like, well, that's all staying, and we're moving. They packed up some stuff, but it wasn't like probably just the important stuff. The pictures were probably in the boxes in the car.
They need to
Maybe.
talk about what happened, because, like, how did it go so bad for this family? Like,
She's got no money. The kid's dad isn't paying child support. Like, I don't know, dude. They just have nothing.
there's got to be something else going on here. It's like, Mom, you're a raging alcoholic. We haven't talked about it, but, like, your addiction.
She's like, I'm addicted to crack rock, kids.
We need to get out of here so I can't find any more crack. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of sitting there like, really? Like that's their last ditch effort is move to like dirt farm guy's place.
The last two things I noticed about this film at the end, when like the girl was shooting her laser gun and the monster had like his lasers coming out of him, it reminded me of like Dragon Ball Z, where they're like,
Oh yeah.
it reminded me of specifically Gohan trying to do the Kamehameha, and like he's about to lose to Cell, and then like Ghost Goku comes behind him and helps push it because the grandpa came behind her.
Oh yeah.
And
Dude.
I was like, it's sweet, but like you guys fucking stole this.
Well, it's the same thing from Star Wars, where it's kind of where they were going to do with Rey, where they're gonna have all the Jedi come behind her and be like, "We are all the Jedi," and like blast them away. Yeah, it was fine. It's fine. Zach, I'm sorry.
I just don't get why you guys just don't enjoy
Zach is
these
so
little
upset.
things. I am. It was so good. It was what a great moment, man. And you just got to, not only did you watch Ghostbusters, you just got to watch the best Dragon Ball Z movie ever made.
Hey, have you seen Brawley? Have you seen Brawley?
I'm talking about live action. All right.
Okay, well, honestly, that's not saying much because the only other one got like a 2.4. So.
Wait, Zach, before we forget, what is the part that you didn't like? You wrote down one part.
Oh, the what's his name? Harold stole all the proton packs.
Yeah.
And then when Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, and all those guys showed up, Ernie Hudson, they all had proton packs on.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Where did they get those? Because Dan Aykroyd was talking to Phoebe, being like, "Well, he robbed us. He took everything." So I hate. All right, I don't know. There's a lot that I want to say about this movie, but this is my one point. But there's a lot that I like about it. You guys hated on it so much.
No.
But no one believed him. You know, he tried really hard to convince people. No one believed him, so he stole all this stuff. He set up the traps, and they explain it in the movie. And I thought Phoebe did a pretty good job at the end trying to explain it to people. And then when they apologized to his ghost and stuff, but the proton pack thing was like my only like, hey, where the fuck did that come from? You guys didn't have those. You didn't just make them on that one phone call from the jail cell, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Well, I posted a teaser review of what I thought yesterday because I literally saw this in theaters yesterday, and it said, this is like my overall sum up of the movie. It said, it's a classic feel-good remake with kids as the leads where the town, maybe even the world's safety is at risk, and the only people that can save it, fucking 11-year-olds. Like, not the CIA, not the FBI, not like, call in the military to stop these ghosts. It's like, we need these 11-year-olds.
Well, the only thing I was thinking about that is like, does anybody even know what's going on, really?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I mean,
no one knew besides.
like all the police were gone, and then like the lasers they were shooting out of their guns like actually damaged buildings, so that town would have been pummeled.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm thinking like other people just aren't aware yet. The rest of the world's not aware yet.
Well, they forgot. You know, it was back in what 85.
People
right?
don't forget, dude.
85. Like all of I don't know.
People don't forget.
Zach, if well, whatever world this is, if New York City got attacked by demons and ghosts or whatever in 1984, we'd still be talking about it. There'd be documentaries about it. Like, dude, come on.
Well, that's why I thought it was so dumb when Paul was like, "Let's open it." I'm like, "What? You a demon to another portal, like a world?"
Yeah, remember?
Yeah, but you don't know that. You think it's a small ghost or something, like a librarian.
That's what he's assuming, not like this evil demon
Yeah.
that's gonna resurrect everybody.
Maybe it's just like a semi-bad ghost.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's a reason he's trapped. He's only like sort of bad. No, dude, fuck that.
Dude, that chase scene for the opening was fucking amazing.
That was cool.
It was
that
cool.
was badass. Yeah.
It was cool, but his like electromagnetic like shield thing didn't work, right? When he
Yeah.
was. So I'm thinking to myself, like, here you have one of like the greatest probably scientists / inventors of all time who captures actual ghosts, and like he can't his one fucking job, like he can make the force field thing work.
Oklahoma, man.
Yeah, dude.
Real quick, this movie got a 7.7 on IMDb. What do you guys think? How do you feel about it?
Zach, you want to go first?
Zach's like 11 out of 10.
No, I'm gonna do the feel good for everybody at home.
Okay.
You guys give it your little bashes score, and I'll bring it back up again.
All right.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm going to be honest. I did not hate this movie. I'm going to go to the 6.5. I think that
Ooh.
of the Ghostbuster movies that I've seen, this is my least favorite, but I don't think it's a bad movie.
Well, Alec, to be fair, if you saw the third one, this would be your third least favorite. So.
Well, that's a different reboot. Yeah. But I didn't see it. All right.
Okay.
Go ahead, Justin.
Jeez, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go with 7, which is odd that it's higher than Alec.
Whoa.
But I think my rating is higher because Alec is a fan of just the series of Ghostbusters, whereas to me it's like it's just a movie. So.
All right.
Well, I'm proud of the 7. The 7's all right. The
Thanks.
6.5, fuck you, Alex.
Hey.
It should have been a 7.
Fuck you, Alec.
All right.
I'm not going much higher though. I'm gonna give it like an 8.
That's fair.
Just because there were a few parts, but all in all, I enjoyed every second of it. The second it started to the second it ended, it kept my entertainment. It hit me in the feels. I thought they did a great job with it. And anybody who thinks otherwise is a piece of shit.
I do just want to say real quick, I want to shout out some conversations with podcasts I had on Twitter. Hops Geek News on Twitter, who said this movie may be the best film of the year and that it was better than Shang-Chi. First of all, sir, I respectfully disagree with you. Shang-Chi was better. And it's not even the end of the year yet because not only do we have the new Spider-Man, but we have Matrix, which I think everyone is excited for.
Matrix
Dude.
is probably gonna suck. I'm just
What?
gonna say that Matrix is
Zach,
gonna
you
suck.
bite your tongue.
I'm not gonna bite my tongue. I think the Matrix is gonna be pretty shitty.
Oh my
the
God.
remake. Shang-Chi definitely not as good as the new Ghostbusters. Shang-Chi was entertaining, but God, there were some parts where I was just like, ooh.
Entertaining?
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It was good. Don't get me wrong, it was good, but it's not better than Ghostbusters.
Okay. He's gonna be happy you said that. Hopefully he listens. And then Silver Screen Savers podcast said he's only heard of 2 opinions of this movie. 50% of the people viscerally hate it, which is fair, or they love it due to nostalgia, which is Zach because he's like jerking off over here.
Oh yeah.
And then yeah, that's basically it. But it's amazing. It's really split 50-50. It's interesting.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm definitely on the side of liked it more than disliked it for sure. But do we think Paul Rudd deserves Sexiest Man Alive after seeing this movie? Do we think?
No.
He just won that or whatever. People are freaking out.
I saw that.
Like,
yeah.
he's like
Did he?
50.
Yeah, he
Oh,
did.
that's real.
That's
a real
real.
thing?
That's a real thing,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. So,
I
but
don't know.
good for him. Good for him. Well, Zach, dude, thank you for being on all the Ghostbusters movies. If we ever do get around to the 2016 one, we'll definitely have you on again.
We
No,
won't
I'm
though.
good.
We
No,
won't
I'm
though,
good.
Zach.
Maybe not on Fresh Film Fridays, but
I won't do the 2016 one.
oh
I'm
Jesus!
good.
All right. Well, I
You won't
was
like what I have to say.
thinking, Justin, for this next one, we've got a couple options here. I was thinking either Black Friday or 8-Bit Christmas. I want to see what your thoughts were.
100% Black Friday.
All right.
100%.
All right.
That's got what's his name?
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce
Bruce
Campbell.
Campbell. Yeah.
Not only does it have Bruce Campbell, I don't know if you guys know who he is, Michael Jai White, who's notorious for being in like every C-rated kung fu movie. He's a super jacked dude.
Yeah, you've talked about him a few times, actually.
Yeah, he's badass.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Well, Zach, thank you so much again. And we'll see everybody in 2 weeks with Black Friday. But don't forget to check out The Birds, which is coming up this Monday on Wheel of Horror.
All right.